Okay guys, I'm here for the start of my Starrcade review series. This is going to be an easy series to get done because there's only 18 Starrcades. Whereas there's over 20, and in WrestleMania's case 30 of all the big four in WWE, Starrcade only has 17. Now, you're probably going to wonder, why have I chosen to do a Starrcade review series? Well, I don't see a lot of reviews of the older Starrcades on YouTube. And Starrcade is essentially the original WrestleMania. It started 2 years before WrestleMania. It's the same concept of WrestleMania, where you put on the big matches of the year and you build it as the big show, the premier event in professional wrestling. So there's a lot of similarities between WrestleMania and Starrcade. Now, reviewing a show from 31 years ago, while I can call a good match and a bad match, it's not necessarily going to say that it downgrades the overall show, because the early 80s was a far different time for pro wrestling. Okay, once I get into the late 80s, 88, 89 and stuff, I can be more normal. But for Starrcade's 83 through 86, I gotta take them with more, you know, less analytics, so to speak. Okay? Because there were storylines in 1983, but they were not, how do I say this? They weren't a massive focus. The focus was still the match, what happened in the match, and not the storyline as a whole in the 83. They still persisted, and they were still mentioned, but, yeah, so, yeah. I'm still going to use the same races I'm always using for pay-per-views, where I think of a star rating and all that, and it's a total out of whatever star, and then I figure the grade up. In case you're wondering the grade, 10 to 20, how I do the grading system, if it's roughly 10, or if it's between 5 and 10% of the total star rating, it's an F. If it's 15 to 20% of the star rating, it's a D-. If it's 25 to 30% of the star rating, it's a D+. If it's 30 to 40%, or 35 to 40%, it's a D. Well, if it's 40 to 45%, it's a D. If it's 50% through 55, if it's 50% through 65% of the star rating, it would be a C. If it's 70 to 75% of the star rating, it's a B. And it's the B scale. And if it's 85, and if it's 80 to 100% of the star rating, would be in the A scale. That's what it normally is. I don't do it like it is in school. I do it that way because half the total star rating is average. So that would be a C to me. As an example. Anyway, Starrcade 1983 was on Thanksgiving Day, November the 24th, 1983. So the first 5 Starrcades, 83, 84, 85, 86, and 87, were all on Thanksgiving night. It is from the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina, where Starrcade would stay in some fashion through 1987. 83, 84, 85, and 86 all were in Greensboro in some fashion. Our opening match of the night is the Assassins, 1 and 2, with Paul Jones taking on Bugsy McGraw and Rufus R. Jones. Most young people don't know what these things are. Well, some of my review series are meant for older people. I just can't help that. Anyway, this is a 1-star match by 1983 standards. That's the equivalent to me of a half-star match in today's standard, just so you know. That's the equivalent of a half-star match to me in today's standard, roughly. So it's 1 star and the Assassins win. Even though the illegal man made the cover and the referee didn't notice it, and I don't know how. the Assassins had different builds, so it's not like you could do that. But, interesting little match, 1 star. So then we get another tag match. Johnny Weaver and Scott McGee versus Kevin Sullivan and Mark Lewin. Little history lesson here. Johnny Weaver is the guy who invented the sleeper hold in a way. He was the first person to use it, and he called it the Weaver lock. So yeah, Johnny Weaver's the one credited for bringing the sleeper hold to mainstream wrestling. And Kevin Sullivan, most people know as the Taskmaster in WCW. This is a very early Kevin Sullivan here. The team of Sullivan and Mark Lewin have Gary Hart in their corner, one of the great wrestling managers. Again, this is a 1-star tag match. As I said, that's the equivalent of a half-star today. And the heels win. So our next match is Carlos...
Hold over a bag.
Why didn't you move it?
Trying to get everything straightened up for tomorrow.
Well, you could have moved it. Our next match is Carlos Cologne versus Abdullah the Butcher. That's because that green bag's all my stuff.
That's what I said. I got your sweatshirt. You got to dig out the fence.
So, our next match is Abdullah the Butcher versus Carlos Cologne. That's my mom I'm talking to. So, there's no stars here because this is a very short match. This is a very short match, and Hugo Savinovich interferes on Abdullah to win. You know, Hugo Savinovich, the guy who is known for being on the Spanish announce team in the WWE, yeah, he was a manager at this time, managing Abdullah the Butcher. So no stars here. So then we get Whaoo McDaniel and Mark Youngblood versus Bob Orton and Dick Slater. This is 1.5 stars. That's the equivalent of 2 stars today, to me, just so you know. Decent little match. Slater and Orton win, so it's a heel-heavy night so far. So then we get the NWA Television Championship match. Charlie Brown versus the Great Kabuki. And in case you're wondering, I am not talking about the Peanut character Charlie Brown when I'm talking about Charlie Brown. I'm talking about the Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant under a mask because he was forced to leave this territory around this time. And he came back under a mask. The Great Kabuki and Jerry Hart suspected it was the Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valentine. This is a unique match because it's a 30-minute time limit for the TV title, but only for the first 15 minutes. If the match goes over 15 minutes, it's not for the TV title. It's a half-star match, which again is the equivalent of basically no stars today. So, Charlie Brown wins, and he does become the NWA TV champion. Our next match is one of the matches that this Starrcade is known for, as it's the first ever dog collar match. Not for the NWA United States Championship for some dumb reason, but it's between Greg the Hammer Valentine and Roddy Piper. Good match here. This is about as brutal you're going to get in the 1980s when it comes to matches. Piper wins. This is a 3.5 star match, which is the equivalent to me of 4 stars today. Piper wins. Next match is the NWA Tag Team Championship match. The Briscoe Brothers versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Jay Youngblood. The Briscoe Brothers, of course, Jack and Jerry Briscoe, they are the NWA World Tag Team Champions. They had actually defeated Steamboat and Youngblood earlier in 1983. The Steamboat and Youngblood's rematch. Ricky Steamboat, however, had announced his retirement a few months before this, and the NWA thought it was a bright idea. Maybe if they gave him the title, he'd stick around. He still left a little bit after, but he came back in '84. But and the special guest referee for this match is Angelo King Kong Mosca, a legendary Canadian wrestler who feuded Bruno Sammartino some in the WWE, but never, or no, Bob Backlund, but never won the championship. This is a 2.5-star match, so it's the equivalent of a 3-star match today. Steamboat and Youngblood win, and Jay Youngblood's a very tragic story, because Jay Youngblood would be dead within 2 years from this pay-per-view. So he's a tragic story. He had a heart attack or something like that while on vacation or something. It's a very tragic story. He was only 30 years old when he died. Not drug-related either, as far as I know. But I don't necessarily know if the right team won here, but hey. Then we get the other match that this event is known for. The steel cage match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. The champion Harley Race versus the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Contrary to popular belief, this is the Flair's 3rd world title team at this Starrcade. He had won it 2 times prior, but this was in his 7th championship. This is held inside a steel cage, and the special referee is Gene Kaninsky, known as Canada's greatest athlete. No. Known as Canada's greatest athlete. So, this was a good match. It's a very good match. It's a 4-star match by 83 standard, which I would give a match like this a 4.5 to today. Which I would give a 4.5 to in today's standard. In today's wrestling. Flair wins with a crossbody off the top rope, but he does start his weird tradition of missing something off the top rope that he is now famous for in this match. Again, Starrcade 83 does what it needs to do, so it's a successful show, and a good show regardless of what the rating may read. It's a good show. The next video in this series is Starrcade 84. That will not be uploaded until I'm back from my holiday break, which won't be till... I don't get back till Saturday, so it'll probably be uploaded sometime Saturday. And I'm not uploading tomorrow because I'm leaving in the afternoon tomorrow, so next vid in this series will be up on Saturday. Probably Saturday. So if you like the video, hit the like button down there, hit the subscribe button down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.